the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand? That's why you're going to fail, and the establishment knows no matter how much propaganda, the Republic will rise again when you attempt to take our guns. My family in the Texas Revolution again.
I said to Alex Jones, he should have you on every night. Piers and you, the two of you, just going at it, locking horns.
It was fascinating, that encounter, because it really revealed this extraordinary mindset that he, like many people that follow that guy, and there are a lot of them, I think there are millions of Americans that genuinely believe the reason they need to have guns is that the British may come back. And take them.
Are you coming back? You are here.
Well, I am here, but I always say, listen, let me just point something out to you. Whether it's the British coming back you're worried about, or the threat of tyranny from your own government, let me explain one salient point that makes both of those eventualities an unlikely thing for you to deal with your AR-15. The United States military has 5,000 nuclear weapons.
Right.
5,000. It can obliterate the entire planet many times over. A bunch of people in Dallas with AR-15s are not going to compete if the government turns tyrannical with 5,000 nuclear weapons. Nor are the British going to get very far if we arrive in Boston on another boat and we have somebody called King William, for argument's sake, who decides he wants to come and raise the White House to the ground. And it's not going to get very far when you have half the world's military firepower. The world has changed. America should feel more confident in itself, I think, that it doesn't need to have so many guns in circulation.
Does it drive you crazy when you have a guest like that who will not even let you have a dialogue with him, or do you?
No, I liked it.
You liked it. You did like it.
I liked it because you know, and I know, it was fantastic television.
And what about when you had Robert Blake on? Another one of my favorite interviews that you did. Robert Blake is among the best talk show guests ever. He was fucking pissed at you. He had decided that you were out to get him. And he was just going off at him, very paranoid.
Let's rewind a little bit.
Rewind?
Do you believe...
Am I still understand? No, I'm teasing. Go ahead.
I understand. I want to get to the truth if I can.
To the truth, if you can, be careful. I want you to be careful, because sometimes that guy in the ear tends to insult me a little bit. You want to get to the truth if you can. Does that mean I'm lying to you?
I don't know. Are you?
What do you think?
I don't know. I think we're going to get to some questions where...
Well, tell me where I'm lying. Because if you don't know I'm telling you the truth, then you must have a little scratch in the back of your head about where I'm lying. Tell me where I'm lying.
I'm not saying you're lying.
But you say you don't know if I'm telling the truth. What the hell is the difference?
I'm saying I've met you for, what, 20 minutes?
I don't care about that. You put me on the stand, I'm telling the truth, and you say you're scratching the head.
Why are you being so defensive?
Because you just insulted me.
I didn't insult you.
Yes, you did. Nobody tells me I'm a liar.
I didn't call you a liar.
You said I might not be telling the truth. What the hell is the difference?
I said I'm going to ask
I don't want to take this anyplace special. All I want... Okay, let me say it this way. My skin is a little bit thin.
Sure.
You're telling me. Were you nervous during that? I mean, did you think the guy was going to slug you?
Well, it was quite interesting because I didn't actually know, and he'd never been, as he put it, on the stand. So I was now asking him questions 10 years later that he'd never been asked before about the death of his wife, who, to be fair to him, had been married 10 times before. It was all very messy, all very complicated. Who the hell knows? You know, he got off the criminal rap. He was found guilty on the civilian one. But his life had been wrecked by it, and he was raw. And there was a moment he took his jacket off, and we have 4 security guards in LA where it was.
And they moved in.
They all came into the studio, which I've never seen before or since, and they clearly got twitchy watching him. I didn't know what the hell was going to happen, but as with Alex Jones, I was thinking, okay, well, this is fantastic television. I just hope I'm alive to watch it.
you appreciate a guy like that much more than De Niro. I'd rather have Robert Blake any day than De Niro.
Any day, because it was a compelling...
Even though you might die.
Right.
Well, yeah, because, you know, what a way to go.
I interviewed him years ago, and I remembered I said something... it was so innocuous, and then he went, "You calling me a monkey? You saying I'm like a monkey, like a dancing monkey?" And if you read about him, he's like, I guess he was a child actor. He always felt put upon by his parents.
Yeah.
And it's gotten to him. He's become this ultra...
Also, he was a brilliant actor. I mean, if you watched him in True Blood, the Capote movie, I mean, a really, really top-class actor. And I couldn't work out, and I still can't, is he like he is because he got away with it and he knows everyone thinks he got away with it? Or is he like he is because he didn't kill his wife? One of her previous 10 husbands did it and blamed it on Blake, and he is burning with resentment that his life and career went up in smoke. I don't know the answer to that.
Right, and that's all you were saying to him. You say, I don't know anything about you. I'm trying to interview you. But he took that. He just felt you were the enemy.
He and Charlie Sheen were the two most electrifying for that. I mean, Charlie Sheen was live at the height of his mania. There was a comical moment when...
Yeah, you got a hold of him when it was like Charlie Sheen fever in this country.
Yeah, I rang him. It was at the time when he was really exploding. And there were a couple of trailers, promos for interviews he'd given to ABC where he looked terrible. They stitched him up. And I knew they stitched him up. So I rang him up.
Finally.
And I had
I tell you, I thought you might have gotten kidnapped or something.
And I said, can you get Charlie phone? He came on.
Parked right here by the door. You said 9:30. I was like,
these interviews to come out tomorrow.
I said
All
it.
ready from the program.
10:30 now. I was like, oh.
Or you can come on my
well, I
show
had to
tonight
wait
live.
first,
I'm
and then I
in
had
LA.
to-
I'm 20 minutes away, and we can just do it live.
I
Right?
got
And
an
he said,
infection.
okay.
Again, that's why
And I
it's
said,
hurt.
Charlie, you're a bit unpredictable. So how do I know you're going to tell him? He went, I swear on my...
I have run in a little temperature, not much.
Sweating, we have no plan B. I'm like, this is just...
He said,
Anyway,
go
I hadn't even
ahead. but-
promoted it. It was so unreliable.
I
At
know,
5
Aaron.
minutes to,
Yeah.
he turns up in this
You have
giant
to go with that
Maybach car.
hump, so
And you get the oddest looking entourage you have ever seen. And in the middle of it is Charlie Sheen smoking a cigarette, booming towards me saying, calm down, dude, we're going to win. Let's go win. So we walk in, and off he goes. And it was sensational. It was raw, electric. He was on fire. He's like, as you know, he can be incredibly eloquent and passionate and funny and everything else. And then my favourite moment was I said, are you drug-free?
I didn't know
now,
where
Chuck?"
you'd wind up.
And he went, absolutely.
Well, I parked here for a little while.
And you'd asked me the question.
Yeah,
I
well,
brought
I
my
just-
latest...
There.
9:30, you know, you say...
Well, I
was thinking, well, she's done, or she's lost, or
Small acorns and all that.
took all
And
with
he
it.
said,
I said it'd probably take 30
we got some
minutes.
extra
Well,
commercial break, and I started
30 minutes,
scribbling
I was
on this
waiting.
Oh, you were
test
waiting.
report.
I was waiting
So
to
what
see
do
the
you think? That's
doctor,
just a
and then I was
present
waiting
for you.
again for her to
Opened it,
talk
said,
to the...
"Two Piers,
she's
let's get hammered. Love Charlie."
She's
She's gone out with him. Yeah, well, I
medical
wanted to, but I thought, you know what?
doctor's
You talk about career-ending moments.
She saw him first. She had to go talk to Dr.
I
Alvarez.
think he just likes to party.
I got to send a couple
Yeah,
of
I think
messages.
but when he talks, it's like, I guess he sort of seems sometimes bright. And
Last
like
time
a big idiot.
Last time I interviewed him was a few months ago. He was much more on his game, much sharper. He's taken a lot of drugs, and I think that at that particular time he was in a crazy world with his goddesses and half of Colombia up his nose and so on. And his life.
Do you ever try to get analytical with these guys, like why they're so fucked up?
No, because I think he really is more. It's more simplistic with Charlie Sheen than people think. I think it's not. I interviewed Martin Sheen about him. It's not like he was abused as a kid.
What did Martin Sheen say? Did Martin Sheen just say, "Hey, my son likes to party"?
He said, "My son likes to party, but I wish he would party less, and I wish he would be, a better son and father and so on." Which I think Charlie, to be fair to him, has become in the last few months, hopefully.
You've got a great story in your book. You decide you want to get Mel Gibson on your show. And like it's at the height again of Mel going fucking berserk. That phone call had been released and all that. So you drove to his house.
Yeah.
I mean, you do anything to get a guest, which I admire.
Yeah.
And you go to his house, and this is I don't think people know this about Piers Morgan. You actually had compassion for him.
Yeah.
And actually said, I don't think you should come on the show because he was in such bad shape.
It was so raw. He answered the phone. I was with my producer, and he answered the door. He was unshaven, bloodshot. He had a trickle of blood around his temple where I think he'd been scratching himself. And this was a guy right on the edge. Anyway, he took us in. He sat us down. Mel Gibson's a very smart man, very intelligent. He obviously
Think you can find your way
fantastically
back.
successful.
Well,
He's like
Mark,
I know where I am.
Sure.
I just didn't know where we were
Had this
going.
amazingly happy marriage.
I mean, I
7
knew where
kids.
this
I knew
medical
where I was
area
supposed to
was.
go,
Sweetheart
but
and everything.
I knew
And
where I
it all
was
went up
supposed to
with
go,
this
but I had to
Russian
get
girl
there.
that came in and took over his life and so on. And we all
Couldn't
know
move
the spiral that went on after that and the alcohol and so on. But I sat with him in his room for a couple of hours. And he took us out on the terrace, and we were watching over this little valley down in Malibu where he lives, and you could hear the coyotes going off, but it was all very surreal, beautiful, amazing.
Yeah,
An
it's an
amazing
infection.
vignette to be involved with. And there was
Well,
this
tinnitus
movie,
right
Yeah, I got one in my...
half
face?
My
ranting,
tooth, yeah.
half emotional. And he went
running
on and on. I've got 4 kids. I've been to a
1, which for me,
as I watched him, I was like, this guy,
98.6
I
is
think
high
he
for me.
knows he's given
Mine's
up
always a little lower than that.
amazing
when it's
security
normal.
that he had
Right.
and being on a punt
That's
of
not
falling
much,
in love
but
with
for me,
somebody.
that's quite a bit.
And he's for ratings or whatever, but there was just a part of me that was the human being and the father
Yeah.
in particular where I went,
I understand that. I get cold natured some days and
like this
whoa.
meltdown, because he would have a meltdown. He wouldn't be able to
Well,
stop
when
himself.
weather like this,
Yeah.
it's,
I don't even like shaving anymore. It hurts my teeth. The cold wind, it's just like all them nerves are exposed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
like I said, that place is over on the other side of 10 that does medical and
because his
dental.
kids
You're
say
supposed to
when
do
I'm talking
it
to you
for
again,
free
that,
for
which is, I
somebody
think,
that's...
in the state he
Yeah, I
was
just
in,
don't want to go
a
under
very
the
possible
gas, you know. I don't want to go under the,
I know that about you. I mean,
Yeah,
you really
anesthesia.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, do you think you would have that restraint?
basically they put you in the dream state and
to make them
some people don't ever wake up because
That's first one.
who knows what they're going to do.
I try to get here. That's why I'm 20
know.
minutes late.
They might, well, they'll take a lunch break or something.
You know, like that. And then I
You know,
immediately
mental lunch
hustle right
break.
into Well, I was able to play the "We're both Catholics" card, which is a lot better. You did a lot better. That's what you got to do. The book is fascinating. It's Piers Morgan.
How did I
Shooting
get an
Straight,
infection? They
Guns,
said,
gays,
they said it was
God.
tendinitis.
and
That's
why
an
George
infection.
Clooney? Oh, it's funny. He asked
How
that.
did God get it?
I actually bumped into George Clooney
I don't know.
outside
That's
the
what he said
Carlisle
it was.
Hotel
He
last
gave me
week,
2
and
prescriptions.
I was on the way to a launch of Gravity, his movie, and have you seen the movie? Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Love it.
It's great. It's the most incredible special effects, and Sandra Bullock and Clooney are fantastic. It's great. But I was reading with his publicist, a great guy called Stan, and Stan said to George, "I'm just going to copy a Piers' book. You're in the title," and George went, "I am? What I do?" I said, what, why? I said, well, it's called Shooting Straight, Guns, Gays, God and George Clooney. Because he looked up and he went, well, how many of those are supposed to apply to me exactly? He's in it because I wanted to have, the gun thing's obviously been synonymous with the show in many ways, that religion is a huge part of American culture and life, and I've done a lot of that on the show as well. The gay marriage issue has been huge, and I've been very supportive of all that on the show as well. And I wanted to have a sense of celebrity, and I thought, who is the celebrity out there that I think actually is my kind of guy? It's the kind of guy that I have personally, as I say in the book, got riotously drunk with at a party and found him hilarious and sharp and all the things you'd want, but also has a great cause in Sudan and other things which he takes properly seriously. He gets on planes, he goes
You
in,
like
gets
the
stuff
guy,
done.
and you admire him.
I admire him not just as a great actor, which I think he is, but I think he's also a great guy. And I met his dad, Nick Clooney. You ever met Nick Clooney?
I've never met Nick
His
Clooney.
dad is like an older version of George, and I had them on together. And when I
Maybe
saw
a
them
flu
together, I
shot.
thought, I see
Oh,
where he gets
no.
the charm from and everything else. The Clooneys are decent
He just-
people, and they're the kind of people
very,
that should be
very
stars.
intense
Great
about
talent, but great people as well.
You mentioned America's Got Talent and all, or you,
Yeah.
Sure, I have a
you were
flu
so
shot,
done with
whether
it.
I want one or
I felt
not.
like you just wanted the next
God,
character in your life.
God, you know, kill everybody with them stupid shots.
I know.
I don't take a shot. I would take a shot if I was on my
You
deathbed.
tell people they
I
suck.
told him no, but they
And
said
I
they'd
have
already
a
had
very-
one.
I have a good command
Who
of English
cares?
language, but
One
even I was
person
running
come in
out
with
of
the flu.
similes.
Oh, boy.
No, it was-
Yeah.
Did you ask him if the flu that the person come in with the same flu that's in the vaccination? And will the vaccination, how effective is it? They just lie, man. Those
Too many
doctors
when I
don't
talked about it, how much
goes
you
into
love
I don't
that
trust
show.
the
And
doc-
I did.
doctors,
I love it.
lawyers,
You
I don't
really
trust
complimentary
them.
about me, and I thought, how to be brilliant
I
on this,
just-
and you have
it was
it.
either that or-
It's like-
They're
it's a
professional
fantastic
liars.
show to do, isn't it?
Well,
It is.
this
It's a lot of
man,
fun.
I
Yeah, we
trust
have a
him.
good
He's
time
the
with
one
it.
that
It's
found my
just, and, you know, I
cancer.
can
Oh.
see why
So
you were ready
he's
to
the only
do it.
one
You
that-
know,
he's
you were
not
done
in it for the money.
So I just very quickly, I tell the
He
story in the
doesn't
book
really
of when,
make any
when I
money
knew I had
as
to
far
really move
as-
on, which was I did the
He treats
Japanese
older
earthquake,
people. He
and
just treats
the only way we could do
people
it as a
that are
live
in
CNN
there.
The one that- the one about ready to pass away, or
Yeah.
give him a little push.
No, he wanted me to.
audition shows.
Now there's the ladder and
long, draining,
it was
and
up.
often
It's still
very
up there, but it was up there
I
sideways,
had to
and
go
that's
up
what
a
they were
spiral
using
staircase to the
for.
roof
Yeah.
in the middle of
Scaffolding.
the
Maintenance
outside.
guys, man.
Do an
Can we
hour
go
of the
straight
most
to this?
Yeah,
Like,
breaking
we can
news
go
imaginable.
straight.
10,000 people killed.
Yeah,
And I
maintenance
came
guy.
back down and sat back in my seat.
all over the place.
yeah.
That came
Yeah,
out.
there,
He was a young
there's
kind
a
of
maintenance guy at every
wannabe
apartment complex.
guy. He came out. He had no
Probably
props, and
several.
he yeah, whatever.
Usually.
You know, we said, what's your talent? He said, well, why don't I show
You
you?
just got to do what got to be done. I know.
Cocky. I was like, go on then, show us what your act is.
Yeah, he gave me
He
2
then
prescriptions
started
for
breaking
antibiotics.
in the perceived manner
Get the
of
hand.
each judge.
They're pretty strong stuff. He said only 10 days or
I can't
something.
remember. I think it was American. No.
Oh, 10 days worth of
American judge.
antibiotics?
He comes up
Yeah.
and he goes, Sharon.
Yeah.
2 different ones.
Two different kind of antibiotics? Do you need to go buy HEB or
Well, I could drop it off.
do you want to drop it off?
Yeah, we can drop it off.
All right. They're by the house?
Yeah, it's you can drive up to the window unless it's at HEB. Yeah.
HEB?
Yeah, the little one by our house.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you where to turn.
I know where it is. Mainland?
Yeah, well, not mainland, Gilbo. Yeah,
The combination of the two put me in the room with
Yeah, it's this one right before you get to ours.
never have had the chance, so I'm very grateful.
Two different stores. The different store?
Yeah.
No, it's the little one, but the one that you go around through around the park.
Yeah.
But we can turn to Gilbo and go right to it.
Okay.
Go on the side where the pharmacy is. Hey, they went up to 307.
What happened there?
I don't know what it is.
She just has this unerring tendency
Been
when she
waiting for
sees
the
me
others to
physically
go
kicking me, and eventually it gets quite wearing.
You're kicking you?
Yes.
I mean, hard?
I didn't notice what that was when I went by.
Yeah.
Because she's angry with you.
They used to be always lower than anybody, but not anymore. I used to come around this way to get gagged.
So she is the person that when you open a toolbox and there's something a little dull lying on the corner, that's your Kate Moss tool.
What did you say in the book? Was it? Did you say that it was Tom Cruise that like kind of you were at a party of having
They
a drink
call
and
dry
he
humor?
just walks by you?
It's a kind of celebrity version of Bill O'Reilly. I went up to him.
Don't tell me this guy gonna slow down now.
He actually banged me, and my drink.
When you say bang,
Oh, this guy.
Not
Yeah,
the American bang.
we're fine. We may have to
Okay, good. He moved.
He bumped into me, and I dropped some of my drink, and I.
go get us something to eat.
I hear that sounds pretty good.
I don't know what, but we'll figure out
I don't know what it
something.
is.
Drop it off at HEB.
Oh, for HEB,
Very nice to
Drop
meet
it
you.
off at HEB.
yeah. Nice your church tonight, isn't it?
Turn right round again. It was a real
We
like
could,
moment. So I then turned
Gets on it for dinner, I don't know.
So I think about it.
Eating right now? 10:30?
Well, I mean,
Pretty close. Brunch, that's what they call that. Brunchy.
Criteria.
yeah, but we'll see what, we'll take this to HEB and then
In light of their
I
divorce,
could go home
she was
and make
turned on
chicken
by that.
chocolate, but I just don't want to.
Well, your hands all hurt. Well, you
Yeah,
don't
not
know how
supposed to
to
use my
do
hands.
that. I'll make something. I can make dumplings. I can make tortillas. Ooh, stop.
Thank you, Howard. With your book, Shooting Straight, Guns, Gays,
Hey,
God,
about
and George
food.
Clooney, these are the types of stories that are in the book. I'm always fascinated by this. For more information, go to
Well, somebody wrote a book like that and put my name in it. I'd be pretty PO'd.
Most importantly, do not miss Piers Morgan live weeknights.
Clooney must
at
be
9
pretty
o'clock
cool
on
dude.
CNN. On CNN. I got that all right, right?
You got it all right.
All right. Thanks, Piers, for coming by.
I'm a huge fan, you know that, and it's great. I couldn't be happy you sit in my AGT chair, and I'm very pleased you invited me today. Thank you.
Listen, I only wanted to make you proud. I told you that. I had to. That's it. And listen, have
Two
Alex
lanes
Jones
to
on every
turn,
night.
but
Why did you get Alex
they can only
why
turn
don't
on a
me or
green
Alex
light.
Jones judge of talent show.
He's a
Can you
freaking
imagine?
moron.
Like that.
They have a
There's
light
show
on that
I watch.
lane.
All right, listen. This time-
Whatever, you know.
Okay.
Hey,
They have a green arrow, but they just win.
they got cameras on that one too. They can catch
Get
you.
me out of CNN.
They get him doing something like
They do
that.
all kinds
But
of
you know what?
things.
I've also been fired from big jobs in the past, and it never did me much harm.
Do you hang
I
out with
wasn't
anybody
in
at
no hurry.
CNN, or you just kind of...
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I was, but not really.
You're amazingly well connected in terms of people. Like, you really like people. You like hanging out with
I think you can only do the kind of job that I do and you do if you have a basic curiosity.
There's a wire here that's charged.
If you've got a curiosity
No.
where you would be
I
asking
forgot
people
to tell you,
stuff.
there's a wire.
Yeah, but I don't have an Apple.
Oh,
I'm always like
okay,
that.
sorry.
I'm the nosy guy who really wants to talk to people.
I got the
random
Droid.
strangers in bars sometimes.
Yeah, I
How many
forgot.
times have you been talking?
Yeah.
I don't know why I do that, but I'm curious to the answer.
All right, all right. I just,
Oh, all right. Well,
I do a little
I can get
recording.
for a long time. I'm always interested in what you have to
This
say.
is, you got
And we'll be
some
back
sort of
right
satellite
after
radio.
these words.
Richard and
For
Sal
years.
at
So I
Occupy Wall
was recording
Street.
this
Not recording us.
today.
radio show.
Is it recording us though?
I said global equality.
Yeah. But that's alright. Nobody watches my channel anyways. I got like 0 subscribers on one. And on the other one, I got maybe 1 or 2. And then on the other one, the most I got on any of my channels is like maybe 10 or 15 people. But they say something, I just cuss them out, and they usually just leave me alone after that. I'm always thinking mainland.
I forget about mainland.
I just always thought this was mainland. I was like, oh, seriously. No wonder y'all look at me strangely. I was like, what's he talking about?
But this is Gilbo. That's all.
Yeah, but, you know, I just, oh, what I was.
Harry Fish Show.
Call it.
Tonight, 5 p.m. Eastern.
I don't know what.
On Howard 100.
Bristol
I
Cone.
had it all planned out. A walk in the park with our dog Barney. She'd never expect a proposal there. I figured she'd love the ring.
Yeah, but that's only like half a block long.
Well, it goes down a ways to the house.
They opened it up.
Well, I don't know how far it is. It's past Walmart.
Get on your lane, you dummy! Yeah, I'll roll down the window and yell at you.
Hey, did you ever try
This
to
color
return a
doesn't
ring
match
after you
mine. I
lost the
don't want it
stone?
on.
The wrong color red,
Look at
man.
it this way. Perhaps you could
If
get the
mine
stone
was that
from
color, I
Barney.
still would want it on here.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to McDonald's.
Steven Singer. Before you
Hung it
buy a
on.
bargain engagement ring, go to Steven Singer Jewelers. Steven never has a sale or a closeout, just a ring she'll love, priced right.
Yeah.
And if something goes wrong, we'll fix it with a 100% money-back guarantee. Steven Singer Jewelers in Philadelphia at the other corner of
Tax collector, tax assessor.
Yeah, just keep going through the lights.
Go straight through the light. All right. Well, get out of the way, dude. Yeah, all right.
And go past this one, go to the next one.
Second one,
Like line up in the window that way.
So I guess I should apologize to
Oh, I see the window, yeah.
loving
Yeah, otherwise you'd have to make a U-ing.
behaved mayor,
Yeah.
but not for
This
creating
one
AshleyMadison.com,
goes better than the other
the
one.
world's
It
first
doesn't
and
well.
most discreet dating service for people already in relationships. If you're married but looking to pursue something on the side, you shouldn't have to apologize, at least not to me or any of our 22 million members. And more importantly, you won't have to. Our unique and private service guarantees that your anonymity will remain a true secret. So if that sounds good to you, then I invite you to join AshleyMadison.com today.
No.
And while I'm sorry I cannot offer you an Ashley Madison membership,
I was trying to get their
I
attention.
promise it'll be the best money you've spent since the day you met the person you now call your spouse. Ashley Madison.
They got a button down there.
Because nothing changes if nothing changes.
I can hit on the window. No, not like that. She'll be right back.
I thought she was going to say.
They don't take a while. They always take forever to
I'm
do
not
it.
gonna.
Oh, we just dropping it off?
Well, wait. She said she'd be right back.
Alright.
Wait until she sees
Alright.
what she says. And I'm sure she'll
Alright.
have to have my where I live and all that.
Any allergies to any medications?
Allergies?
Just sulfas only. Sulfa.
Sulfa?
Okay, what time are you going to come back?
What time are you going to come back?
Well, it'll be later on this afternoon.
Okay, about 4 o'clock.
That's fine.
Okay, 4 o'clock or after 4 o'clock?
After 4. What time do y'all close? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
They usually ask for my address and my age and all that. I guess they'll do that when I pick it up.
Yeah, they can do that later.
Check out PearlJam.com. For the latest news on the band, their current tour dates, information on how to join their
I've
official
toughed it out for 2 weeks. I toughed it out to 4 o'clock.
You make it to 4?
Yeah, probably.
Well, I don't know where I'm going.
Well,
I just used to driving through the parking lot. That's
yeah,
all.
you can take this one.
You want to go on this one?
One way.
Oh, I don't care.
I don't care. I just one way. Yeah.
I just usually head for this hole over here on the.
Yeah.
I cut sideways through here.
Longer than 12 hours. That's right. Studies prove
Only certain ones you can go which
There's
direction.
certain
on.
ones. I don't follow no arrows. Hey, that's all part of the sheeple.
Okay, now, is there anything in particular you want to eat?
Anything's fine with me. Yeah. I don't know. What do you feel like eating, Ma?
I kind of like some warm soup or something, but
Soup? I don't know.
Bill Miller's has soup, but I
Bill
don't
Miller
know.
have soup?
Not that. Bill Miller has soup, but I really don't want that. I'm trying to think where else had soup. I don't think there's anybody else that has soup.
That Chinese place got egg drop soup. That's kind of chicken. You don't like egg drop soup?
No, I don't like egg drop soup.
Oh, and they got some good stuff too.
Oh, at this.
Yeah, that spicy. Yeah, whatever it is.
Okay, let's go there.
You want to go there?
Yeah, I'll find something.
Oh, they got good egg drop soup.
I just don't want egg drop soup.
Oh, okay.
I'll find
They got
something.
I know they make another spicy one. Can't think of what it's called.
Bill Miller's is vegetable beef, and they just put scraps in it. They
Oh.
make it good. You know, they just
Yeah.
put stuff that's left over from cutting up the
Oh, the head, the tops off the.
the edges, and they're
The
all
roots
hard.
in there.
Yeah, the fat, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
They used to be good when they first started out, but now they just throw whatever's in there, and even green beans and stuff in it. That
Yes, the
left
strings
over.
off the green bean.
Yeah, left over from whatever they.
Oh, yeah, let's not talk about who does that. No, we don't want to know that.
I think
Somebody
you can
might.
get in there by going by the bank that way.
Yeah, that's how I usually go in there.
Okay, I just thought, well, otherwise we can't get there from here. I didn't want to go there and back down that way and turn around.
You've got a prestigious address with over 1,500 locations to choose from worldwide. You got a receptionist to answer your
Yeah, I'd like to back at that Red Planet, and you just got to watch out for people coming in. But they closed. What the?
Yesterday they were on TV about, I don't think it's closed, Monday through Saturday. Oh, 11. What time is it?
Monday, Saturday, 11 to 2:45. Closed.
Sunday.
Closed Sunday.
Yeah, but they're open now.
Are they? Let me
Yeah. They said 11. It's not quite 11.
look. Not quite 11. Every time we come, they close.
It's not quite 11, so.
Well, let's go around. I'll go around and park.
Okay.
Every time we come, they close the doors. I'm gonna say, hey, that stupid girl worked here. What's her name?
Morgan.
Morgan.
They saw us coming.
They did.
No.
See, it's coming
Oh,
again.
I didn't know you could go through here. I thought you
Nah, you're probably not supposed to go. See?
Oh,
They
yeah.
put the arrows on the wrong way.
Okay.
Shit. I tell you, they don't ever. I don't know how they stay open. They always close the doors on us. They're gonna come eat. Oh gosh. Close the doors.
They got the blue plate special. She was on TV last night.
Oh, they do.
She was supposed to be one of them interviewed or whatever, but they got the blue plate special, which is a thing from Channel 4 or somewhere.
No.
It's just a blue plate.
It's a blue plate.
Yeah.
You gotta love Handy. I feel
Okay.
bad for Handy. Like,
Whatever
I love him
that
on the
is.
air.
Whatever that is.
He calls in.